mentor one time told me everybody thinks they're busy, so you might as well overload your plate so you're busy is busier than other people's, because everybody thinks that they're busy. But when I compare myself to some people, I'm like, I'm way more busier than you are, yet you seem to be struggling with X, Y, and Z. So I was taught pretty early on to, do extracurriculars, sports, things like that. Probably my parents taught me that, and then just figure it out. And I think that really served me well, because I'm not afraid to take on those projects like you talk about. Like let's juggle 6, 8 projects right now. Sure, I get frustrated, but I think the average person gets frustrated just with their job or anything like that.
It's so funny. I won't say any names, but like a friend of mine, his mother-in-law, I don't think she's ever worked in her life. And that's not to be a dig at all, right? Like she's a stay-at-home mom. That's a hugely important job.
Yep.
But now her kids are all grown. And so but what the joke is she constantly says, like, if you're like, how are you? She's like, oh, I'm so busy. And then she
Yep.
describes her day. She's like, I had yoga at 10, and then I had to grocery shop, and I had to go to 2 stores, like, and I'm like, it's kind of a joke. We're kind of teasing her, but like, to your point, everyone thinks they're busy. That's factual. I mean, just everyone says I've just loaded my day up. So yeah, I totally agree. I mean, what taught me that was college. Like I had a job, and engineering school is honestly quite hard for me. Like some people are just naturally brilliant, right? So it's easy. For me, I had to study a ton. So like spending a ton of time in the library, a ton of time at work, and a ton of time in school taught me how to like juggle a lot of that stuff. And then you kind of roll out of that and you just take it into your adult life where it's like, okay, yeah, I can take on 6, 7, 8 projects. And there's also a saying, it's like, it takes something as long as the time you have, right? Like the
Something will take
project
as long as the time you have, right? Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. There's like a law, whatever it's called. So
Yeah. What is that?
that's, I mean, I think pretty true as well is you basically like give yourself an hour to do something, and that's what you have. And you'll usually be able to do it. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, those last 10 minutes, you really kick out about 90% of it.
Oh, it's so funny. It's like I was doing this the other day. I had a big project. I was like, man, I just don't have enough time. And so I sat down, I was just jamming, and I like turned my phone off and I was just in it. And all of a sudden I was done, and I had like an hour extra. And I was like, oh, because I psyched myself out that I didn't have enough time, I just completely blew out like my
Mhm.
ability and my thought for the amount of time it would take. So it's just amazing how fast you can get a lot of stuff done if you're really, really focused.